friends, family, spouse, or community. Keep watching, building, and sustaining only on Tvchaar. Good afternoon, everyone, and we are here today in celebration of Black History Month. And we're here today to talk about the politics of Black women and their hair journey.
I'm Anita Abwaje, co-founder of African Fashion Week Toronto. Just being in the industry and seeing daily how we struggle with our hair, the politics, the distractions, all the things that comes with, just being Black and also having Black hair. So I'm very grateful that I'm invited to this platform. Thank you, Shirley.
I'm Clover Sterling, host and producer of the television lifestyle talk show Coffee with Clover. I sport my hair natural and I'm proud of it. It makes me confident.
I'm Akua Hines, and I am a journalist, actress, marketer, and musician. And I first relaxed my hair when I was 11 years old. And then, I'm not even sure how many years ago, maybe about 5 or so, I decided that I wanted to grow out the relaxer and just go natural so that I had the option if I want my hair to be curly, I can leave it naturally curly. And if I want it to be straight, I can use my flat iron. And I'm very pleased with that decision.
Hi, I'm Shelley Jarret. I'm the host today for this podcast, and I'm an award-winning producer, documentary producer. I'm also a magazine publisher and an entrepreneur. And so my hair journey, I cut my hair, did the big chop about 2 years ago, and I just love it. I'm in love with my hair. And I've had all different, I've had braids, I've had weave, I've had jerry curl, you name it, I've had it. So that's what we're here to talk about today.
Hi, my name is Rose Nixon, and I'm a declutter coach. I am the principal owner of Really Organized Now, which is a home and office organizing company. And my hair journey basically is all about acceptance, awareness, and love. So I'm really happy to be here today to discuss with these other women here today about our journeys. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
And I'm Michelle Moore, and I am the owner of Fashion Faith 78 Boutique. So it focuses on empowering women, all sizes, and I've done the big chop last year, and I choose to use this protective style because I'm also a broker. So I'm always on the go when I need to get up and be ready.
Right. And so, I don't. You may or may not know. Just a few weeks ago, a law was passed in the U.S. It's called the Crown Act, out of Colorado, and a few women. I think there were a few men as well, but mostly women. Was at the hearing, and they were talking about the experiences they've had in the workplace and how people perceive them wearing their natural hair. So we want to add a little voice to this and discuss what's happening here in Canada. First of all, I just want to say that for those that don't know, natural hair is hair that has not been processed with chemicals. It's your natural hair that you were born with. So I just want to get that clear because people ask a lot of questions about our hair, and we want to be able to give the correct information.
And just to add to that, Shelley, I want people to know that you can have natural hair that has not been chemically processed. Just cause you add a little bit of highlight or color or even sanding into your hair, there are women out there that prefer the natural way of treating their hair. So they use things like henna. And it is very beautiful as well, but people get it confused and they don't know the difference between natural coloring and chemical coloring.
Okay, right.
So that's also something that we should, put some light on for people to
Right.
understand, and never touch a black woman's hair.
I know. Wow. Exactly. And I also hear the term good hair, bad hair. Like, hair is, once your hair is healthy, it's good hair,
Well,
right? So,
There was actually an educator who was asking her classroom, and she's black, and she was asking them, okay, she said, who here, raise your hand if you think you have good hair. And some of the children raised their hands, some didn't, and she said, you know what? Any hair that grows out of your head is good hair. Period.
I would like to add on to that is that a lot of times, growing up, for me personally, we know 4C. So 4C is the most coiled or coarse hair. And a lot of times people will say, oh, that's not good hair because it's not soft, it's not manageable. But coarse hair, 4C hair, is the most strongest hair, actually. So, yeah.
right. Okay, so I just have a couple of questions that I'm going to throw out, and anyone can, can answer that. Okay, I want to ask, what is it about our hair that that there is so much discussion or talk among our, even our own people about good hair and bad hair? Like, why is this topic, why is it so polarized?
I think it's polarized because black people on a whole are very fascinating to the world.
Absolutely.
We are too diverse. We are too versatile in the way that we look, in the way that we sound, in the places that we come from. Our backgrounds, our cultures are so diverse that people are always interested. The fascination with our hair is something that I think that relates back more so to like slavery, and again that fascination with what is it?
I will add to that. I remember recently I was having a discussion with a friend of mine, and we were talking about status. I'm of African descent, and with the African background, there's like a class and status with women and how they present themselves publicly. So during slavery, there was a time where women were not allowed to show their hair. So the massa gave them permission to cover up their hair, and they decided, well, this is an opportunity for me to, put myself out there and be creative. So now there's the head wrapping, and in the African culture, it's about status. In American culture, it's not really about status, but it's about expressing yourself. So the women will wrap their hair in different designs.
Yeah, and as you said, it's polarized because it's the versatility of it. You can go from afro, if you're wearing an extension, you can go from short to long.
Absolutely.
You can do oils, you can do braids, you can wrap it, you can do hair jewelry. I can, if I have an occasion to go to, I can straighten my hair. And when I get home, I get in the shower, I'm back to my natural locks. And you step out in the morning, something different. Because
Right.
you can use gels.
Yeah.
And that's what confusing everyone, I think.
A lot of
Right.
times when you see actresses that are African American, they don't have their real hair because it's a protective style. When they're going from set to set, they need to make sure that they're protecting their own hair. So a lot of times it's weaves or crochets or
Lace
anything
fronts.
between. Yeah, anything between wigs. So it's more of a protective style a lot of times, but a lot of people will kind of put shame on them for
Right.
not using their own hair.
Right.
But a lot of heat damages our hair.
Okay. So to take it from there, do you think it's becoming more acceptable, incorporate to wear your hair like
I can
that, or
honestly
like
say-
you just said, like for actresses, like
Yeah, for the creative realm, I believe it's very acceptable. You can see a lot of commercials using people of color
Yeah.
with natural hair, but in the professional side of things,
still a ways to go?
I would say that people are more still old school, either weaves or braids or not just the afro.
Do you have any specific situation that
Well, for me,
were-
I'm in the commercial
commercial?
insurance
So
world,
okay, and I
and
like
I haven't seen someone have pure afro. I've
Okay.
seen their hair permed, which is straight, manageable, but not straight growing from our natural hair.
I've personally never worn a weave or hair extension. And one time when I was working in a place years ago, and I was asking questions about it to another coworker, and she's black, and she thought it was so strange that I didn't understand the weave process. And well, I've never done that. She said, "Oh, okay," but she just assumed that I knew
You
what
would
it was
know.
about, but I don't know. I've
Yeah,
never.
we don't all know.
No, I'm
with you on that one. Like I've never had a weave in my hair
Wow.
ever.
Me
ever.
neither. I've
That
never
is
had
very
razor
surprising to
extensions.
me.
So I don't know anything about that
Yeah.
process.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
I know about it from looking at it from other women who wear their hair or process their hair in that way. But me personally, I've never had that. Generally, I've always had my hair shorter than this, bald. Twice in my lifetime, I've ever worn like braids, extension braids. Outside of that, like I've always worked in the corporate sector. Outside of currently working independently now, but even in the corporate sector, they wouldn't say anything to you, but there would always be a curiosity with your hair. So like you'd go away for the weekend on Friday,
And then you come back.
and then on Monday
Have a
you come
different
back with like
style.
a haircut, and then they're like, "Oh, did you cut your hair?" And it's like,
Yeah.
it's obvious
It's
I
obvious.
cut my hair. So there's really no reason to ask me if I cut my hair. If you'd like to know something different
Then.
about my haircut, then we can have that discussion.
What's
But outside of that, it's like, so it's a weird place. But for me, unlike yourself, I've always worn my hair short and for the most part natural in a corporate setting. And I've never had any
Like,
real aggression about it.
I've never had any aggression, and
Yeah.
I've done probably across the board. I've had my hair short like yours,
Yeah.
and tried weave, don't like it. I love braids because it's more versatile and it keeps the natural. But I've never had any kind of lash, a lashback or kind of a weird feeling at work. Probably the normal question is, "Oh, your hair grew really long," and I just say, "Yes, I have a special massage."
I know.
is that what you actually say? Oh, you actually say that?
Your hair grew really long.
I know you end up saying like really sarcastic things to them because it's like it's
all in fun.
obvious.
It's all in
The
So-
thing is, what's
Right?
interesting is that there are people who are not black who also do extensions and weaves, and no one
No
says
question,
anything.
yeah.
Okay.
And no
But
one.
that's now though. That wasn't really the trend.
The
I think
trend,
everybody
yeah.
has now jumped on the trend because they realize the benefits of doing the protective
Right.
styles and having that kind of versatility and also comparing themselves to us. So that's another layered issue in the trending that's happening now.
The
Okay.
trends, I did them all, the weaves, the braids, I cut, chop it off. And when I do the weave and then I do a wrap, I'm like, get compliments, I like your new haircut, and I'm laughing. And sometimes I'm like, I'll come in and they're like, "How did you do your hair? I love to do my hair." Like, and I do explain. And at some point I'm thinking I shouldn't have to explain.
Exactly.
They're curious,
So-
and they like it.
That's the part that really don't sit well with me, because let's just say we were all white women and we had a color or a highlight or a low light in
Nobody's
our hair. It would
saying
just
anything.
simply be, you changed your hair or you got
Yeah.
a haircut, and it's fine. But being a black woman, there's
'Cause
it's
we're
like beyond
exotic.
fascinating. Yeah, and I don't like even the word exotic. I don't
Yeah.
like that. Like, I'm not a trophy on your arm. Don't
Yeah.
do that. Don't touch my
Yeah.
hair.
True.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't touch my hair. But with me, having a hair background, I went to school, Marvell Hair School. I actually did hairstyling for about 12 years of my life. And for me, it was about being update with what's in trend and what is up and coming.
Right.
So I would change my hair, sorry to say, like my underwear. And a lot of people will be like, "You just went from this to that. You just went," and I love it because I want my clients to be able to keep up with the trend and what's new.
Right.
But doing that, there's a lot of damage that comes, with it.
Yeah.
So whether you're braiding your hair, whether you're cornrolling your hair, whether you're doing the latest braids or styles you have to tell yourself, okay, what are the treatments and what are the things that I can do to my hair to keep it growing?
Yeah.
And that's another thing. When you do so much to the hair, not only does it cause you stress, but it also starts giving you things like alopecia, and you don't want to resort to wigs for the rest of your life.
Fibroids even, because some relaxers,
Exactly.
I think it was my mother who told me that, and other people too, that the relaxers, there's been studies that it can lead to fibroids. So that's
Yeah,
what
and
made me-
cancer, all the
Yes.
chemicals that are being used. There's a lot of tests
It is, and the
for that
burning
right
in the
now.
scalp.
Oh,
And that's
yeah.
what made me decide, you know what? I said, I'm just going to grow it out. And I do like having the versatility. I love when it's, you know, and it's spiral curls. And I love when I can just use my flat
Flat
iron,
iron.
too.
Right.
And I feel healthier with not having that burning chemical in my
So,
scalp.
what would you say is a polished professional look? Would you say it's a straight hair? Because that's the debate. Straight hair or your natural hair? That's like,
Comfortable with, because
what-
it's not to be
That's a big
accepting
thing.
of others. It's
Yeah.
what you want.
What does it
I've
mean
been
to you,
the
like-
Caribbean lately, and when I look around, most of the ladies, 90%, their hair was natural. I'm like, wow.
That's right, yes.
What happened to the hair studios? Maybe they're closed now.
It's going.
I think it's what you are. It's, do not do it for anyone. Do it for you.
yeah.
I think the industry has created a sort of an acceptance type of look. Like when you look on the media, the news, and you look at, you know, news presenters and whatnot, they are always sporting not curly and natural hair. Even if it's extensions, they will always result to, I call it the Chinese bob cut. You know, that little French cut that comes right under your jaw, and it has the bangs, or they will pull it to the
Like a
side.
page
That's all
boy.
they know, though.
cut,
That's not
yes.
all they know. Some of them, like I say, they have the natural hair. If you were to spray some mist in there, it will turn afro. But it's just that they are going by society and political standards.
yeah.
So they will say, okay, I have to look. You can think about people that you know on the news and think about the type of styles that they really usually
So-
have. It's always like one specific look.
We've been
Yes.
So would
socially
you
conditioned.
say that the straight hair you feel better, you look more attractive? Would you? No, okay.
It really
Okay.
depends on what you're going
Absolutely.
for.
I think
Yeah.
we've been socially conditioned
Yes,
to
that's
think
what I wanted
that-
to say.
believe that straight hair, because again, it goes back to the comparison of Caucasian people and the history in that also then becomes another layered situation. That is where that stems from, because I know when I wake up in the morning, when I look at myself in the mirror and I put myself together, whatever style I've decided on, my face is what I'm really concentrating
Concentrated on.
How I felt that morning getting dressed is what I'm concentrating on. So it's going to project through to your face anyway. Your face is really what people see first, not your hair. So as much as our hair is our crown, it's not mine.
Okay.
That's just my personal thing. It's part of me, but it is not me.
Would you say it's an extension of your beauty?
It is an
It
extension.
I would say it is
extension,
for
but
me.
when I'm bald, I'm beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I often have worn my hair
Camera.
bald. I've worn it flatter than this.
Yeah, I can actually.
So for me, it's not about that. And me personally, I truly affirm, especially for Black women, I think Black women are most beautiful when they have short hair. That's my. That's just me.
Yeah.
And when I look around the globe and I see even other cultures, women in general are beautiful because what you're really looking at is the face.
face,
When the
yeah.
hair is pulled back, it's as if they're bald.
yeah.
What you're really reacting to is the face.
Yes.
Are they smiling? Are their eyes alive? Do they make you feel welcome? Do they feel embracing? Do you feel powerful? Do you feel confident?
Yeah.
To me, those are the things that get exuded from, like, within.
Yeah.
And what I can
Do you
say
know what I
is
mean?
that I'm going to agree and disagree. This is a round table, so let's keep it real.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
I believe that whatever you feel confident in, you're going to look best in.
Yes.
Yes.
Most people, ladies, black or white or yellow, do not feel confident enough to rock a short hair.
High five.
I've cut my hair
Yes.
short, just like you guys. Loved it because it made you have to have confidence.
Yeah. Confidence,
to stand like that, and
absolutely.
just like it makes your face stand out. Like,
Yeah.
yes, this is me.
This
you
is
know?
me.
But some people are not
As confident.
as confident, and all features are not. I guess. How do I say it?
Eccentric.
Eccentric
Yeah,
or
camera.
or
Accepted.
acceptance, or everyone doesn't look good in
Everything.
Everything.
Thing,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna say
Right.
everybody
Okay.
should have short hair.
Yeah.
Everybody should have long hair. Some people look really ugly with long hair. You know, really.
Yeah.
Some people look. Halle Berry looks amazing with short hair.
Yeah.
I'd
She
rather her
does.
with short
That
hair than
face,
long hair.
okay.
You know?
She has that cute little.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
face,
Yeah.
exactly.
So not everybody should be rocking long hair. Not everybody
Yeah.
should be rocking short hair.
Well, I think for
your main
me,
thing is the confidence.
yeah,
Is across the
for
board.
me, I think I tend to agree with you, and so, probably goes with age. When I was younger, I want the long hair.
Yeah.
But now that I'm older,
You like the
I'm
short.
so much more confident. I don't care.
Yeah. True.
And I love the way I look now. And I know sometimes my husband want me to change it up a bit. And I would probably do it. I'm not sure yet. Because I love how I feel now.
You look amazing.
And thank you.
You're welcome.
And I don't know about changing this at this
but then
point
you have the
because
option, right?
I have the option. I have the
Tomorrow
option.
you decide to go long, you
Exactly.
can do that.
Exactly. And
For
I suppose
every
it's to the way you
hairdo,
feel.
It projects a different look.
Yes,
Depending on what
exactly.
you're going for.
Yeah.
And can I just say, like, I actually, when Anita, you were sharing about the head ties and the head wraps, and like I was sharing with all of you before, so I've already known, like, that my ancestry's mixed.
Yeah.
And so my parents from the Caribbean, from Barbados, majority of my ancestry, 86% African, 14% European. And when I read history books and I hear about how, probably the slaves in the Caribbean as well, they had to cover their hair. And when I look into the mirror and I feel like I have a bad hair day, I think to myself, no, I'm not covering it. You know, my ancestors were forced to cover it probably.
Yes.
So I'm just going to comb my hair,
Yeah.
or put it out, and I'm just
You're gonna
gonna
stick
wear
it out.
Yeah,
Yes,
just be
because I feel like we should have. We
The
should all
freedom.
celebrate all of our hair, and there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with head ties. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think a lot of head ties look beautiful, but I feel like I'm privileged in the sense where I don't have to cover my hair. I'm not forced to. I can wear my hair however I want, and that is, if you really think about it, good or bad, that is a
Liberating.
privilege
It is a
because
privilege.
not everybody had that privilege according to society standards. You know, and so I don't. I guess everyone has their different definition of a bad hair day, but no matter what, I'm gonna just let my hair shine.
Yeah. For me, I get bored very, very easily. You know, so I like the versatility. I like that I'm able to rock it short, blonde, white, yellow. I love it. So I have, like, I will call it a closet of different looks. If I want to be Halle Berry today, I am going to
Right.
be Halle Berry. If I want to be Beyonce, I am going to be Beyonce. So
Yeah.
to have that option and to be able to play, especially if you are in the entertainment industry, you don't always have, the ability to just be one way or
Right.
one-sided. You just feel like, okay, today if I'm gonna rock these shoes, I want it to match my hair.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put on a pink wig if I want. So
I've seen you. I've seen
you know
you.
what I mean? I love being able to play with color and just be out there. It's part
Especially
of my
being an artist,
personality,
yeah.
So
Friends, family, spouse, or community. Keep watching, building, and sustaining. Only on Tvchaar. Welcome back to our roundtable discussion. And for some final words, my hair gives me freedom.
My hair is a reflection of all of the people who brought me here, and I'm very honored to have the most versatile type of hair in the world.
My hair is natural and I'm confident. I just love my strands every day.
my hair is a representation of all the rays in the sun. So how can I not shine?
Wow.
My hair is a crown of glory.
Okay.
My hair is pure magic. Everything that it represents is everything that I am.
So I think most people should pay attention to not what's in our head, but what's on our heads. And with that, I'd like to thank Tvchaar Productions for having us this afternoon. And thank you, and have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shelley, for having
Thank you,
us.
Shar.
Thank
Shelley.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
Shar
you,
Studios.
This
We
is
love
great.
you.
Stay tuned for part 2 right here at Studio Char. Friends, family, spouse, or community. Keep watching, building, and sustaining only on